saying Meghan McCain calling Kamala Harris a moron when she is a moron herself. Let's talk about it. Hi, welcome to JOA. If you're new to my channel, please click subscribe and click the bell so you'll be the first to know when I upload. I'd really appreciate it if you do subscribe, you do click the bell. Patreon.com/JOA. Come on, y'all. Support your boy. $5 minimum or more. I appreciate it. Patreon.com. Thank you so much for the support so far. This Meghan McCain chick, y'all saw that chick on The View yesterday calling Kamala Harris a moron. Watch this clip.
Hello, Senator. I'm such a huge fan of yours, and I'm so happy to see you here on the show as well. Vice President Harris was in Guatemala this week telling people seeking asylum in the U.S. not to come, warning that they will be sent back. She is also taking heat for not visiting our own border yet, saying she'll go at some point. Even some fellow Democrats think that she's handling the crisis wrong. I thought she sounded like a moron when she was talking to Lester Holt, and her nervous laugh is making me nervous that she doesn't know what she's doing. What do you think of all of it?
So I already was critical about her trip to Guatemala. I know that her K-Hive on Twitter, K-Hive is Kamala Harris fan base. And since when do politicians, before Trump, politicians really did not have a fan base, but she has a K-Hive where they really just defend anything and everything that Kamala says. And so I was very critical. Y'all saw the video of me, just saying I don't think personally that Kamala Harris should be in charge of, immigration reform. She's going this about it's all wrong. She's not doing anything. She's not helping the narrative. This administration is not helping the narrative for immigration. They're very inconsistent with their messaging. During the start, they're like, well, we're welcoming people with open arms. That's why they're coming in here. And now we get a verbiage of do not come. We can't do that. That just sets a narrative of distrust here in this country. And so, while we are already at the factor of distrust due to the previous administration and because of this pandemic, this administration is using the same verbiage as something that Trump would say, do not come. And that's just not really right. So Meghan McCain was dragged on Twitter. One of them drags, I follow him on Twitter. His name is Chris Evans. And so there's this popular video of when Meghan McCain was on, I hate him, but Bill Maher, why y'all like Bill Maher? He's anti-Palestine, okay? Bill Maher. And so Meghan McCain was like, well, they were talking about the American Revolution, and Meghan McCain was, well, I was not born at that time. Watch this.
George Bush, I mentioned, he came out of the hiding recently. Yesterday, was it he made the speech? He had said he wasn't going to speak out. And yesterday, he did. He made a speech in front of the manufacturers convention or something. And I wanted to ask you, first of all, I mean, your father had, come on, they had some problems, he and George Bush, and then they made up. What does he really think of George Bush? What do you think of George Bush?
I don't think he was our best president. I didn't vote for him, but at the time I was 19, and the scars from 2000 had still been left over emotionally. And I think...
Let's look forward.
I know, I want to look forward, but I'm just... You asked me what I thought.
Joking.
Well, and I think that I was not the biggest fan. There are things I like about him, there are things I don't like about him. I don't think he was a great president. But what I think is that the Obama administration really has to stop completely blaming everything on its predecessor, completely. And I really am sick of hearing, oh, well, we were handed this. I know, everyone knows, but we need to move on. Same thing, the theme with me, we need to move on.
You think that's what Obama's doing? You think he's doing?
I do, to a degree.
Well, not to enough of a degree. I'm sorry, not nearly enough. Ronald Reagan blamed Jimmy Carter for every day for 8 years. In the speech, what President Bush said, one of the things he's had to adjust to...
I wasn't born yet, so I don't know.
Well, God, I wasn't born during the French Revolution, but I know about it.
And another time added to that when Meghan McCain was a moron was on air when Meghan McCain basically tried to make Kamala Harris look stupid when we're talking about defund the police. So Meghan McCain simply asked the woman, she was like, are you for defunding the police? And Kamala was like, well, What is your definition of defunding the police?
Senator, I hear you loud and clear, and I don't think there's any rational American right now who doesn't think that we need to take a cold, hard look at reforming our police. But there was a video that went viral over the weekend of the mayor of Minneapolis being yelled at saying, yes or no question, are you for defunding the police? So I'm going to ask the same question the protesters asked him. Are you for defunding the police?
How are you defining defund the police?
Well, I'm not for anything remotely for that. So I would ask the protesters the same thing. But I assume and again, this is something that is new to me, I assume it's removing police. And as Congresswoman Ilhan Omar said, bringing in a whole new way of governing and law and order into a community. And my understanding, again, this is something that has just come into my understanding recently, is that you would not have police officers like this Minneapolis city councilwoman said, that I would be a place of privilege if someone broke into my home and I wanted to call the police.
So, again, we need to reimagine how we are achieving public safety in America. And to have cities where 1/3 of their entire budget is going to policing, but yet there is a dire need in those same cities for mental health resources, for resources going into public schools, resources going into job training and job creation. Come on, we have to be honest about this, that there is actually not a consensus around this, because if there were, we would actually see smarter distribution of resources in our country to address the issues
Senator Harris,
that need to be addressed.
So while you're asking somebody in politics that question, she wasn't really in politics, but I mean, while you're asking somebody about any situation that you really don't even know the meaning of. And so, like, that really made her stupid on air. She clearly was unprepared. She clearly did not do her research. And so, fine, you want to call her a moron, but you're a moron as well. Meghan McCain. And I think defunding is a bad word, because it's just a narrative that the right uses to try to, demonize, minimize the left when it comes to policing. I think it should have been like regulate the police, manage the police. I don't believe in defunding the police. I think more money should be going into the police system to allocate that money to maybe different aspects, like for counseling, for health reasons, for actual people that are good with working with people of color to calm them down in certain situations. I don't think the money should be minimized in the police force and spread out to different communities, because that's just going to cause the outrage even more and make police people quit and make police people even mad even more, and have these mass disruptions, even more disruptions against people of color, African-American people in the community. So, Meghan McCain, you are the capital M of a moron. Not only are you a nepotism, a bloated Barbie, but you're also a moron as well, because clearly you would not land the position that you landed on The View, on MSNBC, on even Fox, The Five as well, even on a blog, on Daily Beast, had you not had that last name. And so, not only did you use that last name to your benefit, but your husband is using your last name to his benefit as well, getting a job on Fox News. But anyways, let me know what you think in the comments below. Be sure to subscribe, click that bell so you'll be the first to know when I upload. I enjoyed the live stream that I did today. Thank you so much. Patreon.com/JOA. Deuces. Yay.